Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. And today we're going to begin a series of beers from one of the very best brewers in Japan, if not the best, and that brewery is called Shiga Kogen. And Shiga Kogen is located in Nagano Prefecture in the northern part of Nagano, near a kind of famous ski resort in Nagano. And they're connected with the very old sake maker called Tamamura Honten. And that sake brewer began business in 1805, so quite a while ago. And the beer section of that brewery, as many sake brewers began expanding into beer as sake sales began dropping in Japan. And the head brewer is named Sato Eigo, and he's the director and head brewer at Shiga Kogen Beer. And he joined them in 2003, and they began producing from 2004. And Shiga Kogen is kind of well known for using a lot of their own ingredients. They grow, for example, 20% of the hops that they use, they grow themselves. And in their famous Yamabushi series of beers, saisons, they use 100% of their own hops. And they have a nice core line of beer, which you can check out if you go online. You can order from their website. And they do lots of different one-offs during the year and kind of seasonals and that sort of thing. And they have a tap room where you can go called the Teppa Room, and also a shop in their main brewery building, sake brewery building, and they also have the farmhouse, which is a restaurant. So there are like 3 locations in the area where you can find their beer easily. And in fact, when I was there once in the town of Nakano, not far away, I found a lot of their beers in the local 7-Eleven. So, and they used to have, before COVID, an annual beer festival, which is one of the best in Japan. It's called the Snow Monkey Beer Live, a beer and music festival. And they would invite brewers from around the world to this event, but it's been canceled for the last couple of times. In any case, they are one of the better brewers in Japan, and they are always putting out all kinds of new interesting beers. And they are certainly one of the breweries you should know about in Japan, for sure. And I am wearing their shirt, which I bought there. It reads in Japanese, Nigai Jinsei. And Nigai means bitter, and Jinsei means life, bitter life. So it's, I guess, kind of a pun for hops and beer, but this is the shirt that kind of typifies their style. The beer we're going to look at, well, we'll look at 9 different beers from Shiga Kogen, and I hope you tune in for each one of them. Okay. And we have another beer from Shiga Kogen, Tamamura Honten, actually Tamamura Honten Shiga Kogen beer in Nagano, and it's this. It's a fairly new one. It's called Shiga Kogen or Tamamura Honten Imperial Coffee ESB and ELPARAISO. It's kind of hard to see here in the light, but ELPARAISO, and it's called a double, what do they call it? Double anaerobic washed. And apparently that's some new trendy thing in the coffee business, to wash coffee without using, to keep oxygen out when you're washing the coffee. And this apparently double anaerobic washed Colombia. So I assume it's Colombia, ELPARAISO coffee from Colombia. And it's 8% and 49 international bitter units. This is kind of, they're using trunk coffee beans, which is a rather well-known coffee roaster in Japan. 8%, 49 IBUs, not rated on Rate Beer, not even listed. In fact, I listed it, and actually I think there is one rating from a friend of mine, and he did not like it at all. but in any case, so this anaerobic fermentation is kind of popular now, and what happens is the beans are fermented in oxygen-free environment in sealed tanks, and this is opposed to spreading them out and letting them in the air. And the theory is that it pushes the flavors into the beans. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know much about that, but I'm not a terribly big coffee beer fan. I've had some good ones, but I've had a lot of bad ones where they tend to scorch the coffee too much, and I really don't like that. Or not scorch the coffee, but steep it too much, perhaps. And it really should just be, just a little bit steeped, like a cup of tea or something. And probably the best one I've had in the last year or two is from Second Story Ale Works in Tokushima, and they had a coffee called Break, which was absolutely superb. Yeah, I'd like to get some more of that. Okay, well, let's give this one a go. Again, it's called, it's got a very long name, Shiga Kogen Imperial Coffee ESB, ELPARAISO, and double anaerobic washed Colombia. And ESBs usually don't get this high in alcohol, but we'll see. Okay. All right, it's pouring out kind of light, rusty water, orange brown, very mild carbonation, sort of a slick off-white head. Ooh, okay, right away I'm getting a scorched note from this. It's kind of like pepper. Someone struck a match and then put it in here. Yeah, I'm not really caring for this much. Kind of scorched coffee. That's about it. Okay. Fairly similar. The initial flavor is scorched coffee. There's some mild chocolate in the background, but really the coffee dominates here. Again, it seems scorched. There's some light caramel, perhaps, but the bitterness kind of grabs the back of the tongue and holds on. I'm not feeling the alcohol, the 8%. Bitterness, 49 IBUs. There should be a bit more here. Huh? Well, interesting experiment. I don't think it worked terribly well. What would I rate this? I always like to give points for trying something new, and this is certainly something new. But in this case, I'd probably have to give it somewhere around 3.2, perhaps, maybe 3.3 at most. Yeah. Actually, the aroma is not so bad after a while, but still, the coffee is a bit overwhelming here. Not bad, not great. I don't hate it as much as my friend did who rated it, but in any case, it's called Shiga Kogen with the Tamamura Honten label right here, the sake maker label. And it's called Imperial Coffee ESB ELPARAISO Double Anaerobic Washed Colombia Coffee, and made with trunk coffee roasters. You try it out and check out Shiga Kogen's website. They have beers for sale. They're so popular they often sell out quite quickly. If you have a chance, try some of their saisons. Their large format bottle saisons, like Saison 1 and Saison Noir. Those are absolutely exceptional beers. Okay, well, I'm going to move on from Shiga Kogen in our next series of reviews. I've got some new Kyoto Brewing beers, which we're going to look at. Check out the playlist for Shiga Kogen if you'd like, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, take care, and we'll see you next time.